Well, the states with the highest credit card debt is out. The new study from Experian. By the way, isn't Experian one of those like credit companies that you like have to pay, or they like monitor your credit and then you have to like try to fight them to get your credit scores fixed? Like Experian, TransUnion, one of them, right? Anyway, they look very closely at all of your credit. And the states with the highest credit card score, the credit scores is out, but also the highest credit card debt. And you can learn a lot from this study, actually. So here they have the average score, 688. The average person has 3 credit cards in the United States. They have 2.4 retail cards. So you got retail cards and credit cards. So those retail cards are like the Macy's cards, right? Or the like I have a Victoria's Secret card. No, I don't. My Blockbuster. Yeah, it's like a Blockbuster card. Yeah, my Victoria's Secret card and my Blockbuster card. I have a Panera card for Panera Bread, so I can get a free coffee. All my 10th coffee is free. No, the retail cards, of course, you think, oh, when you're in checkout line at Macy's and all of those, and they're like, oh yeah, you want to save 10% right now? Sign up for one of these cards. In fact, that's how my credit got dinged years ago, because I signed up for one of those cards one time at like Christmas time because I was broke, and I forgot about the card. I paid for it with that card, and then I forgot that I ever had the card, and it was only like a $20 purchase anyway. That ended up coming back and biting me and ruined my credit because I forgot I had that stupid card. Don't buy one of those stupid cards, unless you're going to Target every day, I guess. Anyway, the average number of credit cards, 3 credit cards in this country. Minnesota is the state with the highest average credit score. So Minnesota, congratulations. You have the highest credit score in the country, according to Experian's 2020 analysis of the nation's credit. Good for you. You're doing something right on your credit. Other high score states include Vermont, South Dakota, New Hampshire, and Wisconsin. So good on you. These are all, of course, many of them are wealthy states, of course. The lowest credit scores, the states with the lowest credit scores. Can you guess the state with the lowest credit score? Is Mississippi. Lowest credit score in the country is Mississippi. Followed by Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, and Texas. So it is kind of like a blue state versus red state thing, isn't it? Interesting. A perfect Experian score is 850, and they show in their polling here are the numbers that the average Vantage score is 688. A perfect Experian score is 850. The average person in this country has $5,897 in credit card debt, $215,000 in mortgage debt. Look at that. $25,000 in non-mortgage debt. And the average past due right now is 2.4%, which is somehow down from 2019. I know it seems odd, and maybe the answer is that they've focused on paying off some of their credit card debt now during the pandemic, but I'm not that positive on it. I think the real story is that this can has been kicked down the street a little bit, and we're going to see this number go up significantly once these mortgage forbearance programs and any kind of unemployment benefits for a state level dry up. Any type of these programs dries up, and of course foreclosure processes start, and all of those things start. They're all kicked down the street a little bit into 2021. That's why 2021 is going to be a disaster. But the fact that the United States has this much debt, that Americans are saddled with this much debt, and this doesn't even account for student loan debt. America is drowning in debt. The lower middle class, if we didn't have a middle class anymore, lower wage people, lower income Americans hit the hardest with the lowest credit scores and the highest amount of debt. And so Congress could do us all a favor. President could do us all a favor. We're able to come in and bail out these massive banks when they go deep into debt. right? We're able to swoop in with a $5 trillion stimulus to help them out. But what if we would work something out where the United States government would step in and wipe away people's credit card debt? Yeah, take away their credit card debt and actually say, okay, you can't use them anymore. We're going to wipe away this debt, give you a clean slate, like Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises. I want the clean slate program. Give me a fresh start. Same thing with student loan debt. That, of course, was part of these a couple of different stimulus proposals that were floating through Washington. Some of which was in that HEROES Act that never materialized, wiping away $10,000 in student loan debt. But this is America. That we also want to reward high credit scores. The whole system is laughable to me. Because when you look at Europe, for instance, and you look how difficult it is to even get a credit card in Europe, and the for an individual, most credit cards, if they give you one, is like €500. That's it. And also you have to have that much in a bank account. Same thing is true of a business account in other parts of the world. In order to get like a credit card in Spain, you have to show that you have that money basically sitting in the bank to cover it before they'll give it to you. It's not even worth it. We are the only country that's built on this massive debt. And we reward it. So you are a better person if your credit score is higher. You're a better person if you have a higher credit score. What's your credit score? Oh, you're at 680. Oh, that's right on the cusp of being a good person. What that means is that you get a lot of debt and these banks get rewarded and you pay it off on time. That's literally how we value people. You get a credit card from a big bank, borrow money you don't have to pay for things you don't need. And if you pay it back mostly on time, we will reward you with a higher score. And then guess what you can do with that score? You can get even more debt by getting a mortgage, where you also have to pay a bank back based on your credit score. It's insanity. And yet we keep propping up these big banks. We keep funneling all of this money into these big banks. And that's how the system works. So congratulations, Minnesota. Highest national credit score in this country. Where did your state come down? And what is your credit score? Let me know in the chat below. And how are you dealing with a low credit score right now? One of our viewers yesterday wrote in and left us a voicemail saying, that because he's not been able to pay his bills, his credit score just keeps getting hurt, and every month it's getting worse. And he thinks he might have to file bankruptcy. Yeah, federal government, you should step in. The fact that COVID-related problems are causing people's credit scores to go down, and the value with which we value Americans is based on their credit score. Doesn't something seem out of whack here? They lost their job. They can't pay their bills. Their credit score is going down. And the banks are getting bailed out. This is America. Greatest country in the world. Keep telling yourselves that. Keep believing it. Keep believing this lie. Wake up. Drop me a comment below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and join us every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We don't put up with the crap around here.